Hello. I believe I should be in your brains now. How does it feel to know that you've got someone this overwhelmingly dumb whispering thoughts into your ears? No comment. That's probably the right decision. Anyway, hello everyone and welcome to... Oh dear, I'm dropping shit. Welcome to Warrior All-Stars. This is probably one of only 2 Warrior games that I don't hate. I admit I have played maybe less than 6, but yeah, this is, besides the first Hyrule Warriors / its definitive edition, this is the only one that I actually enjoy playing. Both Fire Emblem Warriors can suck a dick. The second Hyrule Warriors game started good, but then just... And then I tried an actual Dynasty Warriors game, which... the less said about that one, the better. What's the word I'm looking for? Words. And then... sorry, I got a little sidetracked, but... yeah. But yeah, this one is actually pretty fun. The only issue I have with it, unfortunately, is the fact that it isn't multiplayer, but I digress. Should we get started? So I'm going to be loading... no, I'm going to be loading one of my clear datas, just because. Yeah, let's finish loading data, please. So, yeah, here we'll get a little blurb about the story, as well as introduce the NPCs that were made up for this game. Oh, I actually didn't know One Piece had Warrior games. I knew that Gundam had some, but I've never played those. Well, that didn't work out as expected. Okay, so, what's what I'm looking for? Like Fire Emblem Warriors and Hyrule Warriors, the One Place Warriors games are also good because they're quick reactions to it. Okay, but so like the other characters that are like the other Fire Emblem Warriors games, this is actually a crossover of video games, except unlike, you know, Fire Emblem or Zelda, where they're a crossover of a bunch of different characters from a single franchise, this crosses over a bunch of characters from the parent company who owns the Warrior series. So it lets you pick your starting character, and if you actually look in the bottom right-hand corner, it'll say Setsuna's story, Sheikah's story, Tamaki's story, etc. There are 3 different paths you can take, and there is a way to unlock a 4th route where you're able to unite all the characters as one. I'm not 100% sure how to do that, other than I did it completely on accident once. But yeah, I actually asked a friend if they would be wanted to decide who oh, and then it says on the bottom left what game these characters originate from, which character they wanted me to which story they wanted me to go with, so we're actually going to go with that one. So yeah, funny thing is, after I played this game, I actually tracked down a number of games that these characters featured in to give them a try. Like I said, Samurai and Dynasty Warriors were blah. I didn't get around to finding what game he was from. Got her game, it was alright. I've played Dead or Alive. I fucking hate this woman's game. It is so obnoxious. And we're actually going to go with Ryu, since he is one of the people I know for sure is part of the route that was voted on. I actually tracked down Ninja Gaiden, and I did not. I'm sure it's possible I just picked a bad one, but I did not much care for it. Now, I think there are 2 or 3 characters that are exclusive to specific routes. But other than that, I will be able to recruit just about every single character in the game in some capacity. Anyway. Alright. Fresh memory on controls. It's been a hot minute, albeit many of the Warrior games do still control fairly similarly. So that's how I adjust that. Oh, actually, I do remember another Warrior game. Well, I don't know if it's an official Warrior game, but it has the same gameplay. It was Berserk Band of the Hawk. That's a game that I actually did rather enjoy. Like I said, I don't know if that's like an official Warriors game, but it has the Warriors gameplay, and it was fun. Actually, this is the game that taught me that both Dead or Alive and Ninja Gaiden kind of exist in the same universe. Like, I actually was not aware of that. Since I had heard of Ryu Hayabusa, just since a friend showed me the original Ninja Gaiden games way back in the day. And I was aware that, what's her name? So Ryu is now... Yeah, no, this game is all about being... This game is basically just one giant isekai. So yeah, actually, fun fact, the reason why I got... So the other game that was on the list as a possible thing for me to stream next was Knights of Azure. And I actually bought this game because the protagonist from Knights of Azure is playable in this game. That was the Arnis character. Excuse me, that was the Arnis character that was visible on the character selection screen. She was kind of like the anime girl with the red outfit and the big ass sword. But yeah, I actually got this game because she was in it, and I'm like, oh, I want to check this out. But yeah, just like I was saying, this is how I found out that Dead or Alive and Ninja Gaiden were part of the same universe, which I'm like, that's pretty cool. Kind of like, I think technically Tekken and Soul Calibur take place in the same universe, just in different time periods, because they both have the character Yoshimitsu as playable. Then again, maybe they're not supposed to be in the same universe, and he's just an Easter egg in both games. I'm not 100% sure. I'm not familiar in the slightest with the Tekken franchise. Oh, I shouldn't have shrunk the map, because I now was not 100% sure where I was going.
You're a ninja like Hanzo. I could not ask for a better companion.
So this guy, William, I actually tracked down his game, and I fucking hated it. Like, it's not as bad as that one dominatrix chick I was talking about in the beginning, as with how much I didn't like her game. I mean, his game is brutal. Like, someone told me it's like Dark Souls on meth in terms of difficulty. Again, I've never played a Dark Souls game, so I can neither confirm or deny that, but... Anytime I've picked up a game that has been likened to Dark Souls, I've not had a great experience with it. No, who are you? I don't remember you. You got a good design. I like you. Oh, are you an attack? Okay. Clockwork. Okay. Yeah. Since I am technically playing a New Game Plus, I might be a wee bit overpowered. See, I actually do rather like the monster designs in these games, because don't get me wrong, in a lot of warrior games you're just fighting a bunch of generic cannon fodder, but I don't care. I like the designs. It's like, I know that Ryu and Aya, or Aya, I forget how to say her name, they're exclusive to this route. Alright, here's our furry boy we're teaming up with. It seems like Dark Souls usually mean unfairly punishing. Very rarely do they mean it's well crafted and challenges your skills, so let's be very wary when that's said. I can agree with that. That being said, one game I did pick up that was described as like Dark Souls was called Bound by Flame. And while I can't say that game was great, I actually ended up enjoying it up until the final boss fight, which final boss fight in that game can suck a dick. So, heroes, what's that supposed to mean? Who are you? I am Sheikah, or Shiki. Shiki? The crown prince of this world. So, something I do find amusing. Let's see, oh dear god, the furry emo boy is teaming up with 3 angsty anime people. Yep. And that's kind of why, like, with the exception of, like, the dominatrix demon chick who teams up with a different character, they do kind of match, you know, which characters fit the different characters' personalities with their exclusive characters. But you might have noticed from the opening cutscene, this woman was with the little princess character. She kind of, regardless of who you play as, she's here as an advisor. Which is kind of funny because it means, oh, she initially teamed up with the priestess, and then, or the little girl, then stabbed her in the back. Let's see, I am Sayo, Sheikah's mother and priestess. I am so sorry for dragging you all into this. You might have difficulty believing this, but you are now in a completely different world. I have no trouble believing that. I see. Why have you called us here? Actually, I do find it interesting that William here is in the actual cutscene when he's not exclusive to this route. Oh well. You, heroes from the other world, are the only ones who can save this dying world. First, let me explain the situation we are in. That is a very generic name. Ah, so Chicago.
歴代の王が三種の神器によって泉の力を操り、各地の祠に恵みを行き渡らせることで人々が暮らせるようになったのだ。しかし、前王が亡くなった時、泉と祠は急激に力を失った。そして、新たな王が戴冠の儀を行う間もなく、泉も大地も枯れてしまったのだ。そんな中、母上は私たちに古い言い伝えを教えてくれた。泉が力を失い、世が滅びに向かいし時、異界の英雄折りたたむ。英雄、祠に己が力を与え、泉を再び蘇らせ。英雄を導きし者、戴冠の儀を経て王となり、世に大いなる繁栄をもたらさ。
See, I'm surprised Rio doesn't question this. It must be the ridiculous bullshit people that are alive. Yeah, I'm only casually familiar with Dead or Alive, so... Because Dead or Alive was a series I avoided a lot because all I know about it was that it objectified women. I've heard it's gotten better, but I think just as of right now, when it comes to fighting games, I mostly just play Mortal Kombat, so I'm not big into them. Fight with who? my youngest sister Tamaki and my cousin Setsuna. Tamaki's planning on taking the shrines and becoming the queen. Setsuna has similar plans. Most likely, but I'm not going to allow either of them to take the throne. Am I hearing this correctly? At a time like this, you're fighting over a throne? What a waste of time. You'd better send me back home at once. Sorry, but we actually can't do that yet. Great powers is required to move between worlds. We used almost all the power of the spring to call you here. So, we have to cooperate to get home? Hero, please, don't take any of this the wrong way. Shiki's definitely not fighting for his own selfish purpose. The ruler is a sacrifice to the world. Because of the vast power of the spring, our rulers always live only short lives. This is why Shiki's trying to become the king, to protect his family. I'm the only one who can save my family and the world. I know this might seem selfish, but I need your strength. So, you are fighting while hiding the truth in order to protect those you love? I understand the situation, Shiki. I will join you, at least for a while. Let me see the extent of your resolve, and I'll discern your, In Series Dead or Alive games have jiggle physics, but don't objectify women. Really, the biggest plot characters are girls. Volleyball creepy. Yeah, no, I mean, hell, I heard about the volleyball games before the fighting games, just because of perverts in high school. But, okay, good to know. And again, I shouldn't be complaining about fighting games objectifying women if I do enjoy Mortal Kombat. Which, for the record, Mortal Kombat has gotten better with the female designs, but still. If that's what you think, Master Ryu, then I'm with you. It also seems like the only way to go home. Well, I have got no problem with that. Sorry, I am just very bitter about that guy's game, so I'm going to make him sound stupid. Heroes, you have my thanks. I'll be counting on you. I was very surprised to suddenly get caught up in this, but thank goodness you're here, Master Ryu. I know we can get through this. Okay, I know nothing about her character, but she seriously has the, oh, senpai-sensei, don't leave me alone vibe. Well said, Ayana. I rely on your skills. Of course, Master Ryu. You know, why do you treat Hayabusa so differently than the rest of us? Of course I do. Master Ryu is a super ninja. Most incredible ninja in the world. Where do you come from anyway? You have a sword like a samurai, but you don't really look like one. That's racist. Well, I was just in Japan, but I have some business to take care of, so I drifted there from England. I see. So, you and your partner have been there a long journey, from the sound of it. Huh? You could actually see something. Well, we'll be counting on you from now on. He didn't answer. No matter, I'll find out sometime. So, William is from a game called Neo, I think it's how it's pronounced. It's loosely based on an actual European man who came to Japan and became a samurai. It's just they also throw fantasy and spirits in, so. Let's see. I'd like to aim for the shrines right away. If you feel like some training first, just let me know. I'd be happy to spar with you. Do a training battle, not doing that. I'd like to try for the shrine at once, but we received a report that Tamaki and some other heroes have already captured one. Interesting. There's also been others have also been summoned. Yes, there should be a considerable roster of heroes. Haha. However, some went wrong with the summoning, scattering you around the world. Every hero possesses incredible power. Tamaki has made some of them into her allies, then the fights will be fierce indeed. Please lend me your strength. So, similarly to the second Hyrule Warriors game, you pick your levels based on the map. And as the game goes on, different fights will become available, and depending on which ones you choose to do, because not all the fights are available indefinitely, that actually will affect the story. Because I've played through this game twice before, and first route I got the standard vanilla ending, but my second playthrough, not fully understanding exactly how I did it, I actually got the secret middle route, where you're able to unite all three sides as one, which was kind of nice. Words. So I've actually never seen the normal ending for the second playthrough, but I admit I'm not 100% sure how I triggered that. So, because this is one of the few Warrior games that I know of that lacks a multiplayer, how the game works instead is you have your main playable character, and then you can bring 4 companions with you. Let's see, Ayana's part of the Dead or Alive series, and when they crossed over, she was made to be his attendant. Okay. Well, a servant who basically fangirls him at any given point. Yeah, okay. I'm not judging. I'm more giggling rather than judging. So, what it allows you to do is that you can do different combo attacks with your 4 companions. So, again, while it would have been great, let's see, it's creepy and bad, but that's why in later games her stories don't have him in them, so they can show off her own individuality. That's good. That's very good. It's never good to make a female character's whole identity be based around a dude. I mean, I'm not saying it can't work, but it's usually just lazy writing. Let's see. We can perform the rite to revive the shrines. Well, we can't perform the rite to revive the shrines with enemies here. We need to defeat them first. Enemy, you mean your sister? Do you really want to defeat her? Yes, in order to achieve my true goal, I cannot afford to take it easy on anyone, even my family. True goal. Do not misunderstand. I'm fighting to protect my family and my world. That's all. There's still something I haven't told you yet. I will share it with you once we deal with this. Something that no one originally from this world must be allowed to hear. Very well. For now, I'll trust you in a fight. Heroes, thank you so much for this. The truth is, my jawline is photoshopped. Now, I don't exactly remember what it does, but the more time, like if I play as Ryu and bring Ayana and William with me, the higher their association rank gets, I guess, or the regard gets. I don't actually remember what benefit you get from raising that or maxing it out, you know? Alright. Oh yeah, that just lets me change that if I change my mind. Okay. Alright, let's begin the battle. Let's see. Yeah, so what I can do is I can, you know, call upon my allies to perform, you know, combo attacks, like I said. However, once I get 4 companions, what I can do instead of having them use their, you know, just basically perform an attack, what I can do is I can act, let's see. Okay, I did actually know about Ayana and Kasume being half-siblings due to creepy internet posts, but that is still good to know. Okay, I don't remember if this guy is from the Dynasty Warrior series or the Samurai Warrior series. I want to say Dynasty, given that he looks a little more Chinese to my brain, and I apologize if that's racist. But my biggest problem with the Warriors, like Hyrule or Dynasty Warriors and Samurai Warriors, is that their character designs are just generic enough that I can't remember any of them. Like, I can't tell them apart. So it's like, they're good designs. I do enjoy them. But they lack a lot of individuality, you know? I was like, again, let's take Ayana's here. Her design, I can't really say is all that super unique compared to some other ninja designs I've seen. But... So, okay, it's funny. Abby was actually collecting the games that this character was from before I even got this game. So when I bought it, I'm like, oh, she's in it. That's kind of cool. That being said, Abby hasn't actually. So yeah, she's the little sister, and I think given the opening cutscene, I think the game kind of considers her the canonical protagonist out of the three. But make of that what you will. Yeah, I'm a wee bit overpowered since I'm playing New Game Plus. But again, I kind of wanted to show off the story and the game, so this will be good for. Actually, not. I think that was probably a mistake. Yeah, I should have waited. Oh, yeah, so here's the cousin. I'll read what you. Give me a second. I'll read what you have to say in a minute.
Looking good.
But yeah, just like I was saying, this kind of weird combos like that are why I really actually like playing this game, and I don't mind the lack of a multiplayer, because just seeing all the characters do weird shit like that when they interact, I'm like, this is what I love about crossover games. And I didn't know they were siblings until the first Dead or Alive tournament, and Ayana. The outclass for clan for the stuff that's not her fault. That freaking sucks.
お前が戦うのは家族を守るってその言葉はまことか。そのために今は家族を傷つけよう。二度と王になろうなどと思わぬように。
Oh, here we go. Actually, no, I can't access them now. But yeah, I can pull out the characters like this, and we can all fight in a line, deal massive amounts of area damage. Again, I like it. It's a little thing, but I like it. Yeah, again, I think the best way to describe this game is that it's not inherently any more special than other Warriors games from a gameplay standpoint, but there's something about, like, you can just tell this one in particular was a labor of love, as this one was, you know, crossing over the characters that this company owns and creates. And there's just extra mechanics that just aren't present in other Warrior games that I've seen. Kasume's design, because it's probably one of the most recognized, like, even as someone who's never really played a Dead or Alive game, I've seen Kasume in a bunch of places, just because, I don't know if she's like the poster child of the franchise, or just people like showing off that ass, but Kasume's design is one that I almost like, but I feel the outfit to me has always been too imbalanced to look cool or look sexy to me. Then again, I've always actually preferred outfits similar to what Ayana's wearing currently, where, sure, they're showing off a little, but they're also still largely covered, you know? Because for me, a truly sexy outfit actually makes you use your imagination. But again, that could just be me. I mean, then again, most of you know I'm largely against overly sexualized female character designs in general, just because they're usually not there to empower the female players. They're there for the male players to jerk off to something, which I'm not okay with. Because again, it's something Abby has really discovered this last year with her cosplaying a couple characters that maybe show off more skin than she used to be comfortable showing. She understands where this sort of thing can make, you know, a woman feel good about their body. But like I said, just half the time I'm like, this isn't there to make women feel good about themselves.
刹那は引いたか
It's there for fab material.
礼を言う 英雄よ
Heroes, you have my... Wait. Is there actual dialogue here? Land the springs have retained just a little of their sparkle. We continue to take shrines. The spring should be restored. First, though, there's something I need to do. I need to go smoke a joint. I don't 100% remember what these cards do, sadly.
さて邪魔者はいなくなったそろそろ私の目的を説明しよう
You explain my porpoise?
かつ
I
て
like porpoises.
初代の王が泉を作り出した時突然黄泉という魔物が現れて世界を滅ぼそうとした王は黄泉を倒し泉の底にこれを封じたこの世界のものなら子供から大人まで知っている話だもっとも誰もがただの伝説だと思っているからだが黄泉は実在する亡くなった私の父が今はの際に教えてくれた黄泉の封印は長い時を経てほころんでしまった奴は今泉から力を奪って完全に封印を解こうとしている
This is the poster child of the
この
franchise
ところ
became
の王
the
が
first
全
popular
て
Equal
短
City
命な
and
のは
world with
黄
it
泉が
because of the
泉を
biggest
通
stores.
して
Okay.
王の命を食らっているからだその上黄泉は己の意識を何者かに取りつかせ、私たちの動向を監視しているらしいこのままいけば強大な力を秘めた玉木が王に即位し新たな犠牲者となるだろうしかし私は妹を黄泉に捧げるつもりはない、この世界のどこかに黄泉の封印方法が記された黎明の日というものがある英雄よどうか私と共に
That's
気を
interesting.
探してくれ
Because,
そして共に黄泉を
like I
滅
said,
ぼし
I've actually not played through this particular route yet. And if I remember correctly, I don't think Yomi is something we learn about in the other two routes. So, again, I don't remember it a ton, because the story was fun, but not outright the focus. Because, again, it's a Warriors game, it's about the gameplay. So I do actually like that much like something like Three Houses, that depending on which character you're with, you get different snippets of the story. And, yeah, spoiler, I guess, the true ending is the three people unite against that Yomi character. Whereas, like, the standard endings is that one of the three becomes king/queen. Anyway,
Hard to believe there was such evil lurking in your pure spring. So how do we find this monument of yours? The sacred weapon should be able to search for it, but we need some spring power for that. We have to start by capturing more shrines.
well, is that a good idea? Is giving power to the spring essentially giving power to Yomi?
その通りだ
Of course, I know how dangerous this is, but we still have to do it. If the springs remain in this stage, then we'll have no food, and the people will die. There's almost no time left.
So why won't you work with your siblings? I don't think this is the time for bickering amongst yourselves.
It would make things easier, but there's also a grave possibility that Takume and Setsuna are being controlled. Trying to take the throne could be Yomi's will. It's dangerous to tell them too much.
Heh, so plot convenience, I got it, but you can say those things to us.
Yes, there's nothing to worry about from you. From you, heroes. You're strong. Meaning Yomi can't control you while she remains
な
sealed.
るほど
Meaning we visitors from other worlds are the only ones you can trust. It sounds lonely. If it means we can save this world, I don't care how hard it is. As soon as Yomi's sealed again, I will revive the spring and send you home. Please let me have strength until that happens. Very well. Even in another world, I can't let evil thrive. Heroes, thank you. I'll be counting on you.
I want to be clear, this story's stupid, but it's also kind of fun. It's a perfectly serviceable plot for a crossover, and I like that. Heroes, I couldn't have been easy being thrown into a battle like that. Why not rest and recover here at the sanctuary? We have all the facilities you might need to relax, prepare for the coming battles. You can use everything freely. I hope you find somewhere you like. And yeah, so we've got actually just comparing it to Fire Emblem Three Houses, we've got kind of a hub base that we can run around and do stuff in between missions. I'm gonna hold off on that, just since I don't remember if going to headquarters boots me out of the sanctuary. And yeah, we can just go around and, chat with everyone here. Oh, that's interesting. Let's see. So it's all the GHG Pragmatic and the Point people are also grouped together. They need information because they don't trust easily. Sure, but want to get shit over with. Uh-huh. Okay. Okay, no, that is a milk jug. Sorry, it looked like he was drinking from a can. Oh, hi. Yeah, so I guess whoever you're running around the base with... Oh my god, they actually make a joke about alcohol tolerance. Okay, I was about to say, I'm sure that bit with Ayana would be funnier if I was familiar with her character, and it's good to hear that it is. But yeah, whoever you're running around the hub with whenever you go to the bath, yep, you get to see their ass. Let's see. I'm not really going to mess with that a ton right now. Again, especially since, like I said, I am playing New Game Plus. I've got a lot of... Right. This is how I can level up my lower level characters. So, what was it? One thing that was kind of fun about Hyrule Warriors is that they introduced new characters for you to interact with, but Link, Zelda, and Impa were all still the protagonists, with the new characters Lana and Cia just being worked into the story. Let's see, also, it seems this game is going with the more recent canons that Ayana and Ryu have a more casual working relationship, and I appreciate that better than the gushing. Okay, that's also good to hear. But then with Fire Emblem Warriors and Fire Emblem, both Fire Emblem Warriors game, they introduce new characters who are the protagonists sidelining the guest characters that, you know, or that, let's be honest, that most people are probably playing that game for. Now, this game does something similar where we've got, you know, the new characters who are the driving force of the story. But to me, at the very least, they managed to keep them... What's what I'm looking for? Off to the side enough that the, you know, the characters from the other games that most people care about still feel like they're taking enough center stage that they're also pushing the plot forward, if that makes sense.
See monsters wandering from worlds, you must be stopped. There must be too many of them.
Yep.
Take my last from you. Okay.
I think I can do, have the... Show whatever level, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can have all of these.
Hey. I owe you one.
Now, I think... I know I chose Ryu as the, as technically the protagonist for this playthrough, but I think I can change who I'm walking around the temple as. Because I think it actually is based on whoever you played in the last mission, I think. Let's see. Honestly, the structure of the... was no different than a standard Save the World isekai anime, so it works well to still give the characters you and here's some spotlight. And yeah, honestly, I don't mind, like, especially for crossovers, I don't necessarily need a super deep plot as long as it allows the characters to shine. And using the standard isekai plot, I think, is actually a very easy way to get the characters together in a way that, shall we say, furthers their characters rather than just saying, aha. I mean, because, like, I like Smash Bros. But, like, anytime there's a story mode and the characters just exist in the same world and they just kind of accept that, it's fun, it gets the job done, but it doesn't further any of their characters, if you know what I mean.
There are two things we need to do now. The first is add your power to the shrines. The second is find more heroes. Takami and the others will surely continue to block our attempts to capture the shrines. We need a powerful force to oppose her. Must still be many heroes out there who haven't found yet. We need to find them before Takami and Shiki, and bring them to...
Whoops! I was supposed...
Yes, I, Shiki, need to find the heroes before Shiki can find the heroes. That way, I can stop me from recruiting them to I.
That's clearly supposed to be before Takami and Setsuna. That was funnier than it should have been. Let's be honest.
Please, I humbly ask for your help.
Alright, so, okay, yeah, now let's see, things of... Strange story of a woman who took a castle of some bandits all on her own. So bold and decisive, certainly not the deeds of any regular person. She's surely another hero. We need to go and meet with her now. If you'd like, you could also come along. Okay.
Reports, we've received request aid from a village being attacked by bandits.
What? The village has powerful defense. They shouldn't be able to handle the average bandits. Don't want to consider it, but it might be the forces of Takumi or Setsuna. We need to go check it out at once. New companions. Okay, cool. So yeah, yeah, do these new battles get added? Oh. And then you get these battles that you can only respond to in a certain amount of time. So yeah, I don't 100% know. But yeah, based on the battles you choose to do, actually can affect which story you get. But yeah, let's get more characters. You've said to come. Yeah, let's just accept the fact that I can't pronounce any of these characters' names, so I'm probably going to keep getting her name wrong. Reporting our destination is surrounded by bandits. They are probably here to take the castle back.
Holding out alone is impressive, but they surely won't last long against these numbers. Let's go inside and save the hero.
Hero, don't want to hear you calling out my name. Okay, so I'm actually going to experiment with what I said and see if playing as Ayana will result in me running around the sanctuary as Ayana. Because, again, if I can only run around the temple as Rio, you know, not a problem. Just, I don't have an issue with that whatsoever. Just trying to see if I... Tamaki. It's okay, thanks. Tamaki. Okay, I will put forth an effort to do that. Correct. You know, yeah. I will put forth more of an effort to do that correctly. Huh. I don't remember if Ayana was selectable from the main menu as a starting character, but I'm kind of wishing I had, because I'm actually liking her playstyle better than Ryu's. I don't really have anything against Ryo's, but... Rush time! Setsuna. Tamaki Setsuna. You rebel skin. Huh. Okay, I'm not ranking up the KOs as fast with her as I did with Ryu in this mode, so actually Ryu might still be better. I admit it's also just kind of funny seeing all these uberly serious characters just basically in a cheerleading role behind me during the rush mode. I don't know, it's a little thing, but Ayana was selected from the start screen. Pooh. Oh well. Like I said, I went with Rio specifically because I couldn't 100% remember whose name was who, other than I remembered that Ryu was exclusive to Shiki. Well, then again, I could have looked at Ryu, see which name it was, and then pick someone else. You know, I hope I've made it clear in this entire time that I've been streaming videos, playing games, and you guys have been watching me, that I'm not very good at, you know, forward thinking. Who is... Gotta catch up first, let's go. I mean, we've fought against Kasume already. I think, I could be wrong, but I think Kasume has like the second most skimpy armor in the game. So why are we criticizing this girl for quote-unquote skimpy armor? I mean, then again, I think this woman is supposed to be wearing actual... Okay, that's technically actual armor, whereas Kasume is just cloth, so maybe that's what they're making fun of? I'm just gonna punch the ground and everything's gonna explode. Yes, that is the best strategy in any warfaring situation, which is grab your forces and just charge headfirst, screaming, kicking, flailing, and just hope you don't die tragically. Brilliant, master strategist. Got him. Oh. Yeah, I guess using my charged attack in formation just uses whichever character's currently in the lead. Got it. Yeah, again, like I said, I do rather like this game, and it is probably my second favorite Warriors game, but I haven't played this game in a couple of years. Just because, at the end of the day, Warriors games are pretty repetitive, and don't give me as many reasons to come back to them over and over again, you know? Oh, there she goes, off to get herself killed. Yeah, they say chase after her, but because I have common sense about where to go next, I actually ran in first. I think she and I would get along pretty well, if I do say so myself. Yes, we're talking, William, and I'd like to stop talking to you. Yes, I know I should have known that your game was going to be hard as balls, but quite frankly, I'm still bitter about just how hard the game was. Your design's good, though. I'll give you that. Actually, one of the franchises that I discovered through this game, I've actually been seriously considering taking Edgelord through. I'll point out which franchise it is when we actually run into those characters. Albeit, I don't plan on taking Edgelord through the game that the characters in question are from, just because I don't much care. So, the game's called Tokiden. I'm positive I'm mispronouncing that. So, the characters from this game that are in this game that are from that franchise, I think are from the first game. And the first game's kind of dull, in my humble opinion. The second game is where it gets better. It's just because there's like a substantial gap in years in between the games. None of the characters from the first one appear in the second one. Any Souls-like game requires ungodly amounts of patience and demands trial and error everything, which I don't have the patience for that. I do not have enough time in the day anymore to put forth in the effort to, I don't have time for Souls games, that's the honest truth. And that's why I got, I actually bought Bloodborne because I was kind of interested in it. I have the game Code Vein, which part of me still kind of wants to try to take Edgelord through, but they're both Dark Souls-esque games, and I've actually tried and failed to be able to play either one of them. But, I don't know, I still would like to make, for whatever reason about Code Vein and Bloodborne, I'm like, I want to make these games work. I want to actually be able to enjoy them for some reason. Don't know why. I don't know what it is about those particular games that I just really oh. Yeah, again, honestly, I don't think her armor... Okay, like I said, given that there's actual armor there, I kind of get what they're saying. But once again, she's not even the skimpiest character in this game. So, again, I could see where the joke could be coming from, especially if, she's the skimpiest character in her own respective game. But when we have, the Demon Dominatrix chick who, is wearing one of, those V dresses that only that goes up her sides just to cover her nipples, but you still see plenty of side boob, and the whole belly, it just seems weird to call out this particular character's design. So I think her design's fine. In practical, sure, but
英雄の
I still
目に焼き付けるとしよう
I will always view Carmilla, or not Carmilla, Camilla from Fire Emblem Fates as the single most impractical design I've ever seen of a fantasy character. And that's a hill I am willing to die on because of how much I hate her design. Actually, I hate her design and I hate her character. So it's a double threat with that one.
素晴らしい武勇思わず見とれてしまいます
さすがは英雄殿見事な手並みだ
And again, I admit, since I'm not familiar with these characters, I could be completely wrong saying this. But another reason why I do actually kind of enjoy this game is because we still get cute little bits of the characters being themselves, interacting with other characters in other games. So this game does do what a good crossover should do, and actually kind of let you see fun what-if scenarios of what if these characters from different franchises met, how would they interact with each
悪く
other?
ないのね
And actually, another thing I do really like about this game from a design standpoint is many Warrior games I've played, the bases you capture, they're all just like, here's a square room.
可愛いし色気
Oh,
もあ
I
るし
should not have jumped down.
いいな
I may have
私もあなたみたいな女の子
I
に
may
なり
have
た
to
い
go all the way around
戦
again.
闘中に何ブツブツ言っているの
But oh, that's what I'm
よ
looking
そ見を
for.
してるとやられるわよ
Some of the bases could simply be like hallways, you know?
戦闘してるとこ
Just
ろも素敵でさ
I don't know, it's a little thing, but again, it adds more visual flair to this game as compared to some other Warrior games I've played. Like I said, I still don't think the Warrior series are all that great as a whole, but I think they work for some fun crossover settings like we got here and with Hyrule Warriors, and it should have been Fire with Fire Emblem Warriors, but oh boy, that's another one of my games I despise so much it might as well be a Jilted X.
我が部とくと味わうがいい
I guarantee you will comment on her armor because in her own series they make the same joke pointing out her traditional armor is skimpy. Alright, yeah, I suppose that's yeah, you're probably right. Where do... Here we go. Here's where it connects. Oh, we won? Okay, cool, we won. You know, since again, this is the first time I've ever actually got to play as this character, he's got a good design. And it's very edgy, especially compared to the other two, but his combat animations are good.
Let's see, lady. Now, Tora, if you have nowhere else to go, would you consider joining with us? Quick strategic thinking and the drive to take the castle from bandits all alone. All these things will be vital for our goal.
Oh, thank you for your kind words. They're wasted on me, I assure you, but are you sure about this? Won't I just get in the way?
Impossible. Want you to lead the way, not get in it.
Thank you. Sorry, what was your name again? Oh, I'm sorry, I know. How rude that is.
I'm Shiki. I know we'll be counting on you, Lady Nataru. Cool. Cool.
Oh, cool. I forgot that even though I wasn't able to play as her, because we rescued her, I still got some, Okay. Yeah, I'm just confirming that to my brain. Yes, okay. Yeah, whoever you played as last determines who you get to run around the temple with. Okay, I love that we're in this, you know, like fantasy village and there's just a slot machine. Why is there a horse here? Okay. That was random. It's kind of funny, but it was random. Alrighty. Oh, here we go. I wanted to chat with you. Oh, yeah. Hero cards. Hero info, that's what I wanted. Okay, yeah, she is from the Samurai Warrior series. Okay, so I can kind of understand where the mocking comes from a little bit more. Considering just how heavily armored everyone else in her game, from what I've little I've seen of it, is. I mean, okay, maybe what it was. Oh, maybe I have to defeat 200 monsters as Ryo for that to count. Yeah. And maybe because I was fighting bandits, so it didn't count as monsters. Alright, let's head back to the map. Actually, got anything more for me? I do find it interesting that the furries actually can I save my game? There we go. I do find it sort of interesting that they don't have like a separate name for their species. They're just called humans. Again, I have nothing further to add to that. I do find that kind of interesting. Yeah, sure, let's do this one. I couldn't find Atari's age, but she's an adult with a son, so I don't feel uncomfortable now. Oh, that's good. Let's see.
It seems the goddess of war.
Let's take William
smiles
for the spin. I don't remember if I liked playing as him or not. I know I have actually played as him because, like I said, even though I know Ryu and Ayana, I knew Ayana was exclusive to this route, so why didn't I just pick her? Whatever.
You'll get no
But
quarter from
William
me.
is not exclusive to this route. And I think that might have been because William's game was... Oh, that character, Placha, she's from... Actually, I don't remember what game she's from. Anyway. I think William's game was still relatively new at the time of Warrior All-Stars release, so they wanted to make him playable across all the routes in order to help promote his game. I could be completely wrong about that, but I think that's why. I do apologize that my commentary is not as in-depth on this one. Again, as much as I like this game, I don't have as much intimate knowledge on the characters or other interesting tidbits that I did about, say, that I did about, say, like the Paper Mario or Tales of Symphonia game, or Tales of Symphonia game, which is Tales of Symphonia. So I'm a bit out of my depth, but hey, we get to discover together. Let's see, Natara also crosses the Dead or Alive universe due to... Oh, really? Huh. I think that's kind of fun that this franchise, not this franchise, this company has their properties cross over this much. I know it can get a little out of hand if you do it constantly, but still, I'm a sucker for crossovers if they're done well. Okay, well, Ayana's better at combos than William is by a lot, but, or not combos, area. Crowd control, that's the word I'm looking for. See, I didn't even get the fourth one. I didn't get the fourth character to show up.
No Tora.
You know, there's something wonderfully stupid about a character who is clearly in a game with, like, you know, samurais with armor and katanas, and she just fights with her fists. It's stupid, but I can always get behind that. Wow, this thing is like just sponging all the damage. Okay, I think so far I like playing William the least, just because, like I said, his crowd control kind of blows. Then again, considering the fact that his game had some slower combat, because it was meant to be like a serious combat game, I suppose it makes sense that compared to some of these other people, his combat's a bit more conservative. Maybe not conservative, reserved, I think is the word I'm looking for. Anyway, Val, I haven't asked you, how are you doing today? Ooh, I actually really like this character's design of Wu Yang, or Wu Yanji, or Wang, her, just her. I like her design, that's what I'm trying to say. I don't remember what game she's from. It might be from one of the Warriors games, but point is, it's a good design. Ah, here she is. Yeah. Yeah, this was the, just to re-emphasize, this is the character I was talking about, who's arguably the skimpiest character in the game. And Christ, her game was weird. I give it credit that it was original, like, very original. Like, I might even go too far to say it was one of the most unique and original ideas for a game that I've ever seen, but it wasn't necessarily fun. Because, how do I put this? Her game was like a weird trap setting game. Like, she'd be dropped into like a dungeon area, and then she would have like a certain number of traps she could set up, and then eventually enemies would spawn that would just constantly chase her.
I won't lose.
And you had to, wait, did we lose? Okay. Oh, that's what that counter was, is one enemy didn't seem to improve. Okay. Watching the great Jai will not needed to work on a character design. Well, I'm glad you're doing okay. So what do you think of the... So what do you think of the character designs in this game? Like, again, not the ones from the other video games, but like, you know, the furry characters. Since I knew that you were one of the people that I had in mind that I wanted to show this game to, since I know you can appreciate a good furry character. What's that?
これを。
Alright, let us...
いいナオトラ、先陣は譲りません。
begin battle. Actually, I know one thing that... Okay, I still actually really like... Again, I like the fact that you can team up, you know, line your characters up and whatnot. But one thing I do kind of prefer about Fire Emblem Warriors and then Hyrule Warriors Definitive Edition, I like when you can bring a bunch of characters and then you can deploy them to different parts of the map. Again, there are benefits to keeping everyone together like so, but I will read what you just said once I reach my target, because then I can look down and read while I button mash. Okay. I like the fact that it's equal opportunity skimpy outfits among the furry characters, and the skimpiest seem to be on the men Shiki here. I can agree with that. Well, I think the skimpiest character is technically the bomb, but it kind of depends on how you define skimpy. It's like, sure, you see plenty of her chest, she's technically not wearing pants, but she's got enough flowing... Okay, she has got some great crowd control, but at the same time with the flowing robes, you could argue she's just as covered as Shiki. I do think of all the designs of the characters, I actually think Setsuna, the cousin, is probably my favorite. But then again, I might be biased since what's what I'm looking for? Since when I first played the game, I played through with Setsuna because that's who Arnis teams up with. Arnis is the main character from Knights of Azure, for those who don't know. And once again, I bought this game solely because Arnis was in it. So. I don't think these are some of the more better designed levels in the strictest of sense from a Warriors game. They definitely pop more than some of the Fire Emblem Warriors levels, like especially the second Fire Emblem Warriors, and especially the One Dynasty Warriors game that I did play. But they're colorful enough that I don't have any issues. I still get a wee bit lost. And then again, I think every Warriors game except for the original Hyrule Warriors, I get lost in the levels, like, no matter what. And then again, that's just because I was spoiled because the level designs in Hyrule Warriors were just so goddamn good. Excuse me. I just love that visual of all the characters just running in a line like that. It reminds me of like an epic, you know, finale and like, you know, cheesy action movie where everyone is just neatly walking in a line together to get to the big shootout at the end of the film. Point is, I'm just easy to please. Oh, I missed. I'm perfectly fine with the skimpy outfits. It's across gender. Or then it's just fine. No, I can agree. And I think that's something that Sunshine and I concluded when we went on our way too long talk about our opinions of overly sexualized female characters in video games. Is that we don't mind that if a character is sexually designed, it just needs to not just be the female characters, you know? I mean, as much as I have very mixed feelings about Tales of Zestiria, because for those who don't know, the Tales series usually has like one sexy character in it, and they usually get plenty of sexy second costumes. the character in Zestiria, oh, is that like a pug guy? I think it was a pug guy. That's awesome. The character who showed off the most skin in Tales of Zestiria was one of the male characters instead of one of the female characters. Now, sure, there were plenty of sexy second costumes the female characters could get, but again, those were second costumes. And it was kind of a nice change of form from just kind of what you'd come to expect from the franchise as a whole.
まあ少しはやるよね
It's like, again, I think so far there are only a few sexy female character designs that I vehemently despise. And usually one of the main factors in that is there has to be a complete lack of practicality in the design. Because like I think I've said a few times, Camilla, and I've already said this in this very stream, Camilla from Fire Emblem Fates is one of my least favorite sexy female characters designs because of how little sense the damn outfit makes to my brain. Because like specifically she has like hip armor. But if you actually look at both her model and her design, the hip armor doesn't attach to anything. It's literally floating in the air because there's nowhere for it to attach. Because they were just too obsessed with showing off her hips and her ass. It's also in Fire Emblem Fates, every single female cavalier, if you look at their model, their ass cheeks are cut out, so you can see their butt. I mean, they're wearing a thong, but you can still see their butt. And I hate that too, because I'm just looking at that, I'm like, oh, these poor women's rears riding on hard leather saddles. I just cringe.
Everyone, thank you for the hard work. No, I don't know why I have this voice now, but whatever. It seems our enemies are more than just brigands. They are well equipped and efficient, perhaps. The remnants of the military force. No matter how strong the village defenses force is, they can't hold up against this. We have to hurry and save them.
Okay. And we will take Shiki for a spin, and then we will definitively decide. I mean, then again, we'll get a new character, and I'll should get a new character at the end of this, and I can see if I want to play as him, but I mean, heck, that's the beauty of this game. I don't have to marry myself to a single character for this playthrough. Because this is one Warriors game that's really not all that concerned with tying you down, because that is something that is a little disappointing about Hyrule Warriors. Again, as much as I really like the first Hyrule Warriors game, is that, well, but Link is the hero throughout the main franchise, so you have to play as Link throughout the majority of the story missions, which, I mean, I like playing as Link and Fire and Hyrule Warriors. He's got a fun playstyle. But at the same time, when I'm playing a crossover game, I want to be able to play characters I normally couldn't, you know? So, again, I like the fact that even though technically the protagonist of what we're playing now is Shiki, I don't think we are ever required to play as him. In fact, there are several instances when we're flat out told we can't play as the original characters in this game because it's like, well, no, the focus is on the heroes that have been summoned, so you can't play as, because like in the training level in particular, you can't play as Shiki because this in-universe thing is Shiki is trying to teach you guys how this world works. So yeah, I like the fact that from the outset, this game gives you multiple characters you can play as to your heart's content. Because again, I think in Fire Emblem Warriors, there were original characters, and I think you were stuck as playing as them on more than one occasion. And unfortunately, with Fire Emblem Warriors, at least the first one, the new characters they introduce are kind of just discount Ephraim and Erica from Sacred Stones, which just made me wonder why I couldn't play as Ephraim and Erica in that game. Well, the answer is they weren't in the game. And they just were not all that interesting. Now, sure, there was always another character I had the option of playing as, but that was still the focus. And then in
戦いに出た者たちは一人も帰ってこず
Fire Emblem Three Hopes, which is the other Warriors game, they introduce a brand new character, and sure, you can play as any of the other characters at any given moment. The whole game revolves around them, and they're just not that interesting of a character. Plus, so Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity, what was kind of fun about that game is it lets you revisit the plotline of, what's it called?
ここなら誰の目も届かないな。お前たち始めるぜ。何を始める気だ。略奪に決まってるだろ。真面目に働くより何倍もいい思いができるからな。誰だお前。
Now, I'm fairly certain this guy was also selectable from the main menu.
帝国だかなんだか知らねえが、見られた以上生かしてはおけねえ。
How very anime.
たとえどこにいようとも悪事を見過ごすことはできない。
Edgy.
ものすごく強いお方に助けられました。村を狙うぞ。
But I was saying the second Hyrule Warriors game lets you revisit Breath of the Wild World, but with an added element of time travel from the future, allowed the world to pan out slightly differently. Now, they kind of tried something similar in the second Fire Emblem Warriors game. The problem was the change was this character just kind of exists now. And I really didn't care for it. It wasn't that interesting of a way, of a means to look at this world in a new light, you know?
少し手伝ってくれ。 見知らぬ地とはいえ、民の危機は見過ごせぬ。お前たちの目的が民の救援なら、俺も力を貸そう。エリアン、我々はなかなか手強いな。こちらも応援を呼ぶ。一時撤退するぞ。僕が仲間を追う。
Just a second. This is the purple-haired guy. I hate his design. That outfit looks so wrong. His hair and eyes. It's way too much. Way too white. Yeah, it is. I do enjoy the fact that a lot of the characters, their designs are put in this game almost wholesale from their original. So you get like super realistic-looking characters like William, and even characters like the Dead or Alive ones that I do think look realistic, but I also feel they work in some, you know, anime-esque proportions with the eyes at the very least. But then you get characters like Arnis and that guy who are just wholesale anime. Where is she? Oh wait, no. Okay, it's just saying a militia. Right. It does create a bit of a cognitive dissonance. I don't mind it too much, but it is, I would say it is technically a problem.
わかりました。もう少し頑張ってみます。この感覚、精鋭分隊を率いていた時を思い出す。まあ、人気、月光玉よ。闇を照らしたまえ。もっと頼りがいがあった。
Okay. Did you look up? Oh yeah, I imagine you're just looking at that thumbnail down there. But yeah, just that guy walking out, you know, with the sword, taking one guy down in one hit. I'm like, oh yeah, this is definitely the kind of character that all the weebs try to play in tabletop RPGs. And it's like, this is definitely the type of character that Edgelord is meant to be a parody of. How did we win?
帰ったらきつく急を据えてやるぜ。お前たちには世話かけたな。奪った物資も村に返しといたから許してくれ。
Okay, we did win. Sweet.
Oh.
I'm glad the village is safe. I'll take my leave. Hold a moment, Master Arima.
感謝する。
I'm Shiki, the first prince of this world. Without your village, without you, the village would have been wiped out. Let me thank you again. Think nothing more that if I see someone in trouble, I have to save them. Then I have a request for you. Will you please lend me your strength? This world is headed for destruction. We need the strength of heroes like you in order to save it. If things don't change, the land will dry out, people will starve, and brigands will continue their rampage. I need your help before that happens. I'm hardly worthy of being called a hero, but my being here is surely a sign of something. There is no need to say more. If my strength can aid you, I will prove it.
有馬殿。
And it doesn't seem edgy at all. He's polite and calm. Good point. Good point. You're right. That's not edgy. I still stand by that plenty of he's a type of character that plenty of weebs will try to play in tabletops, being the cool guy with the katana.
Is there something troubling you? I've received a letter from Setsuna. He says he needs to talk to me about something he must say in person.
その通り。
Oh shoot. Is there a...
Yes, your real possibility. Setsuna's resolve to take the throne is firm. We'll raise like brothers. I have a good idea why he's trying to be. I have a good idea of why he's trying to become king. However, is he really doing the right thing? I need to try to find out. Then go and meet with him. If you think it's dangerous, then I'll come with you. Master Arima, thank you for your offer, but that would be asking too much. Not at all. This is the perfect chance to find out what our enemy intends. Talking with him may reveal whether Setsuna is being controlled. We may even be able to join forces. Both good points. I'll take up on that offer then, Master Arima.
わかった。
I am at your disposal.
さて。
そうね。
ありがとうございます。
They play him in tabletops, but also miss that he's a gentleman and clearly experienced. I mean, that's the thing. One thing I've noticed is a lot of people, whenever they're like, I want to play this character... Okay, hold on. I'm going to quickly Google what this guy's from, because I don't remember if I ever... I don't think I ever got one of these games. But I don't remember if it's because it was an older game that... Okay, it does look that way. Because I know that there's another character in this game called Ryu, or Rio? Okay, and it's a visual novel. Okay. Yeah. Okay, yeah. And it's entirely possible his game was never released outside of Japan. Okay. Yeah, that's why... Because, yeah, there are a couple characters that... Because, like I said, I tried to track down a lot of the video games that... Look, it's on the left-hand side of the game. Well, sorry. That's what I'm... Let me rephrase that. I'm looking up the game itself. Like, looking it up. What console it was from, when it was released. That's what I meant by I'm looking up the games he's from. And yeah, like I was saying, I never got his game because they're older games and possibly not localized. Sorry, that's what I meant. On the one hand, I want to get the new character, but on the other hand, part of me wonders if one of these won't. It's like I said, depending on... You know what, fuck it. Let's get characters. And if I miss out on that story quest, then that's my bad. Alright, so Ayana can't be... But you can. Yeah, so she can't be involved at all. So.
闇を払うのは私の使命だ
But yeah, they're... Well, to reach the forest, I hear people... I hear people, hear the voices of the monsters that vanish among the trees here. It's all true. Maybe someone is practicing the ninja techniques here. Maybe we'll find a new hero. Hold on. The mist is rising. We need to proceed with caution. Oh, okay, I guess I can't save from here. Alright, let's begin. But yeah, by the looks of it, his games were visual novel games. The way his jacket kind of flaps when we run is almost good, but it also looks minimalistic enough that it looks kind of cheesy. It kind of looks a little cheap as well. We can definitely not the... Oh, right. Right. Still, at the very least, his jacket's not clipping through his model, so I'm not going to complain. And I do like the animations on how this guy fights, because again, while the whole constantly drawing and sheathing your sword is like so extra, it does still look cool when done right. Oh no, not Phantom Doubles. Anything but Phantom Doubles. Oh, shoot. Hey, Torch Guy, could you, please? No? This jacket reminds me of outfits in Soul Calibur customization. You know what? You're right. That actually is a good comparison. Yeah, I've actually been debating, because I know that I've already, Sunshine and I already played through Soul Calibur 6, and heck, I know I've already played through Spore Hero, but I've actually been debating on whether or not to, like, take Edgelord through Soul Calibur 6 as a custom character, and to take Edgelord through Spore Hero. Again, I'm not necessarily hurting for games to play as Edgelord, but I also know I'm like, those games offer a certain amount of creativity that could be fun to, again, use with Edgelord. I mean, granted, I don't think anything I did with Edgelord and Spore Hero would be as funny as what we did with, you know, all 3/4 of us playing Spore Hero, so maybe not that one. As, what's it called? As Soul Calibur 6 was just me and Sunshine originally, I still think there could be some possibilities for something there, you know? Especially since, oh boy, one of my... I'm not outright ashamed of it, but it's also not one of my prouder moments, shall we say, was when Sunshine and I got off on our tangent about sexy female character designs, you know? It also led to a lot of really, shall we say, toxic comments from people who may not be allowed, may be banned from the channel now. Definitely get the best snark mention, how overdramatic it can be. Yeah, and not just that, I also think it'd be really funny, because, like, for those who don't know, and I've mentioned a few times, I actually go to a LARP park as Edgelord, and just purely for the sake of goofy boasting, I like to have Edgelord have access to all of the abilities he's had in past lives, you know? So it's like, oh, they're a God Eater, which means they have super strength, but they can also use the Dragonborn shouts. And it'd be really funny to my brain if he could also whip out either Soul Edge or Soul Calibur. That's also why I want to take Edgelord through, okay, I like your design, dude. You're hot. I want to touch his butt. I also think it would be kind of fun to take Edgelord through the Xenoverse games, just so Edgelord in the LARP part can now claim, well, I can go Super Saiyan. I know, it's kind of a silly motivation to want to do that, but I'm a silly guy, and quite frankly, I'm a silly dude, and Edgelord is kind of my way of saying fuck logic and reason. That's not what I'm here for.
ワープみたいなことができるみたいね。だったら味方を外に連れ出してくれる？
それは難しいね。敵の強い意志に阻まれているのか。
I got a feeling
ここでは少しの距離しか移動できないんだ。
I have no idea. He just kind of showed up.
よかった。うまくいったようだね。
I'm curious what game he's from. So again, he's kind of hot.
なんだこの森は。凶暴な化け物どもめ、どこへ行った？お前たち、なぜこんな怪しいところにいる？さては、化け物の仲間か？
森を燃やそうとするのに、みんなまとめて丸焦げになるっていうの？
これは鬼の仮面の出番か。お嬢さんたち、また手伝ってくれるべし。そいつを捕まえてくれ。俺は返事をかける。俺の目を見ろ。元の形に火をつけなさい。文句なしのせい。
This is hot. Early 90s that tweak kind of way. I'm sure I said that wrong. Yeah, no, I could probably agree with that. Where's... There it is.
Something about this weird forest suits you.
Again, I also love the fact that William's the only one in the entire game that speaks English. At least I'm pretty sure he's the only one in the entire game that speaks English.
素晴らしい分野思わず見とれてしまいま
Let's see, hold on. Give me just a second. Sorry about that, I'm back. Which, I mean, again, is not a place, because he's an English guy going to Japan and whatnot. But... So... Working on it. Shit.
待て、森に火をつけろよ。何味方の陣地に火をつけてんだ。
I ought to admit, I was not 100% sure where those two were headed. So, with my defense, I wasn't able to intercept them because I couldn't prioritize what their destinations were.
よくもやってくれたな。
この森はこの世界での安住の地なんだ。それを燃やされては困るからね。
You know, I'd like to imagine that, you know, the cheers and whatnot are just, you know, the crowd from Smash Bros. Getting super duper into this.
勇者に任せな。
Hello, I think this character is also from that Token in-game series I mentioned.
すその変な仮面は何なの？
これは鬼の一族に伝わる仮面でね。
We win?
俺の力を
Yep.
増幅させてくれるんだ。騒がしい連中はようやく帰ってくれたね。君たちの協力のおかげだ。さあ、お嬢さん。帰り道はエスコートしよう。
だからお嬢さんはやめてってば。
ねえ。
Sorry, one second. Whew. I'm popular at the moment. Lots of people.
Now, young lady, please take care on your way back home. You better not come back to this forest, unless you wish to encounter me again.
I won't come back here if you invite. I wouldn't come back here if you invited me. What are you doing in this place, though?
I'm collecting information. What is happening in this world? Why was I called here? I've been calling people living nearby and through the forest and asking them questions, but it seems they have started some strange rumors. I'll be more careful in the future.
Which case, how about leaving this forest and coming to join us? I think you'll find more information in the outside world. And you'll be an asset in battle too, and in bed, I
そ
guess.
うだね。
You propose that we become allies. That might work. We've been invited to this other world. Maybe I'm also allowed to walk different paths from back home.
ねえ。
Very well, young lady. Please lead the way to those friends of yours.
People like you always throw me off, I'll admit, but it's nice to have you along, Darius. Very nice. Alright, Darius, can we still... Oh, my sorcery, you're regarding this monster from the village, blah, 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 blah. Oh. Oh, and I can... Okay, yeah, it's still available. Why are they using 3D and 2D character models in the same screen? This isn't Toontown. I don't know, maybe it is. Okay, now I'm just imagining a Roger Rabbit Warriors game where you just get to play as Jessica Rabbit, you know, kicking people with her really long legs. You know, I know that. Wait. Oh, well.
どうなさいますか
Sweet. It's like, I know that the Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers movie was not very well received, but I ought to admit, I actually liked that as a spiritual follow-up to Roger Rabbit. Because it was kind of fun, you know, them explaining how, you know, animation characters would work in the real world, like the idea that 2D animated characters becoming 3D was a surgery and whatnot. Sorry. Okay, so I tap out at 5. Yeah, blah, 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 blah. All right, let's head back and talk to peoples. Actually, then again, maybe what Jessica would do is she would just, you know, be packing heat the whole time and just shoot everybody.
あのまったく
What a dork. That's your way of saying, I'm so totally not sleeping on my own. Oh yeah, and you can get... Mamma mia. That's right, you can run into other characters here, just depending on...
Yes.
Is that everybody? I think that's everybody. Actually, can I go down here? Yes, I can. Doesn't look like anyone's down here, though. Alright, yeah. Let's go to the next mission.
実はね
Alright, again, let's quickly save. Just because another character became available to recruit, so I want to do that first. But I also don't want to potentially run the risk of locking out that story quest. It's never confirmed that Ayana is a lesbian, but she only gets flustered like that when she's talking to girls. I appreciate the continuity. Okay, good to know. I can imagine in some ways that's something the producers might not want to like full-on confirm for one reason or another.
そうだね
Well, then we're almost at the village. I wonder what food in this village tastes like. I can't wait to try it.
That was the most lame level introduction I have ever seen. I'm just throwing that out there. Okay, I'm gonna be trying to keep Ryu, Shiki, and Ayana in my party at all times, because those are the 3 that are exclusive to this route. So this is probably the only chance. I mean, those are the 3 that are for sure exclusive to this route, so I want to max out their...
行こうか 村はあちらだ
work on their shoot, whatever it's called, just like their connections to the other characters. I literally forgot what it's called in game.
こんなところに山賊がいるなんてね。村が心配だ。先を急ごう。覚悟はいいか。耐えきれるかな。たわいもないね。
Oh yeah, hold on. You are from... Oh, you're from the same game, or the same game series as the other guy. I forgot his name at the moment. Okay, yeah, I can see it. Sword canes. There was I remembered that, like, the guys in the grade above mine, they drooled over sword canes the same way that many weebs drool over katanas. Good memories.
手加減すべきだったかな。
I gifted a friend a sword umbrella over the Halloween in the Halloween season, or back in October this year, as part of the local LARP park festivities. So it's an umbrella. It's a fully functional umbrella, but it has a removable sword, like a sword cane. It's pretty cool. Okay, Darius here's got some great AoE.
Yeah. その腹ペコのお嬢さんにも会ってみたいしね。覚悟はいいかい。耐えきれるかな。たわいもないね。全て奪わねえと。 お頭に何されるかわからねえ。
Excuse me.
見事だ。その力
Very nice.
心から頼もしく思う。
Yeah, I think so far the characters that I've liked playing the most are either Ayana, shoot, what's her name? This character, and oh, I failed that? Shit. I may have gotten a bit caught up in the kick in the ass. Even Darius, being from a visual novel, tells me it's a dating one because of their soft romantic-like personalities. You know, you're probably right. That's actually very telling. And yeah, I like playing this guy too. Newsflash, there won't be a next one, douchebag. Because I am the best.
鬼こそが無双の一族ということでいいかい？
素晴らしい武勇。思わず見とれてしまいます。
Natora, that's her name, Natora.
覚悟はいいかい？耐えきれるかな？たわいもないね。
先ほどいただ しましょう。
なんだかいい匂いがする。奪い返した食
Get
材
a yellow
Oh,
dot
Leo,
on the
it's good to
map.
put it on.
What is that?
守備は上々だ。
Oh, I'm assuming
もう
that's
少
the
し
character we're
手
here
加
to
減すべ
recruit.
きだったかな。
Yep. No, I'm positive this character's also from Tokuden.
腹ペコが限界であると認めます。早く食べましょう。そうしましょう。可憐な乙女の食事を邪魔するとは不届き者ですね。激鉄を起こします。
困った腹ペコお
最優
嬢さんが。
先司令と認めます。
いい
And the
子だから
ridiculous
その
weapons
物騒
from
な
this
ものを知る
franchise is definitely one of the
私
big
が
draws
おとなし
of
く
it.
食べ物を渡すと思いますか。邪魔者は全力で排除します。
落ち着いて。俺たちは村長の頼みで食材を集めているだけ。よかったら一緒にどうかな。もっといろいろな美食を楽しまない？
魅力的な提案であると認めます。一緒に行きましょう。そうしましょう。
I accept that based purely on food. You know, I'm sure that was supposed to be kind of an amusing, bit like, oh, she's joining up for the promise of food. Problem is, there's a game called Fairy Fencer that I tried that forever ruined that gag for me with just how unlikable its protagonist was. I think I only played that game for an hour before I was just done.
名案があります。もったいないですが、食材をおとりにしましょう。私が食材とともに敵を引きつけま
What
す。
was it?
その間に村長の安全を
There
確保
was
し
a
てください。
game that I tried streaming for the channel called Infinite Undiscovery. It was a recommendation from someone from the Discord channel. I do apologize that I don't remember who it was specifically. It's been such a long time since
少し
I
だけ
tried
食べ
that
ていきましょう。
game that I don't remember who it
食材のま
was.
ま食べてしまうのか。
But Infinite Undiscovery and Fairy Fencer both have similar starting points of characters needing to be rescued
たわいもないね。
from prison. Yes, I know that's not that original of a setup. I mean, basically every single Elder Scrolls starts that way.
運んでいるようだね。
But I just remember, because I was just constantly linking the two in my head because I played them both for the first time roughly around the same time, that I just kept thinking, it's like, wow,
村の人の分を返す。
Infinite Undiscovery is how you do an intro like this in a way that invests you in the world and in the tension and the mystery of what's going on. And Fairy Fencer makes you want to murder the protagonist and piss on his
あん
corpse.
たに協力します。
Because, yeah, the protagonist of Fairy Fencer is not likable. He's not charming. They try to make him quirky. It's like, oh, ha, ha, ha. Isn't this kind of funny that this is the character you have to, go through an adventure with? I'm like, no, it's not funny. He's an insufferable twit. Who, it's like, if he can't even get invested in his own journey, why should I get invested in it? It's like, you can have characters that are detached and maybe don't care a ton about what's happening, but you need some form of investment from the main cast. Otherwise, as an audience member, we're not going to be able to buy into it, because if the characters who are living it can't muster up a reason to give a shit, how on earth am I supposed to,
改心した山
as
賊
an outside
に
observer?
旬の食材の調達を依頼済みです。すぐに食材が来るでしょう。そしたらバリバリ食べましょう。
Okay, some little both made it through this now. Hungry little lady, will you please tell me your name?
You're right. I was so carried away with driving those bandits off. I never shared it with you. I think it's pronounced Horo? I'm Horo.
I'm Darius, just like you. I'm something of who wandered in from another world. I'm actually fighting in order to get back home. Should have joined me. With your skills, everyone else would be able to welcome you.
I most appreciate the proposition. Can I have a little time first, though?
Of course, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to rush you.
No, it's not what I meant. I'm...
Horo, starting Horo, just as promised, I'm here with the fresh ingredients. Please, can this be the end of it?
Oh, is that what I've been waiting... Oh, is this what I was waiting for? Let's celebrate our new partnership by eating this village chief's superb home cooking.
Good idea. For a moment, I actually forgot why I was originally here. Well, worry about everything else after we eat.
She's definitely from... Trouble our village been attacked by monsters. Horo come to help, but there's just... Village. Oh, and that's...
そうだね
Okay, and that is still available. I can also tell the dating sim those two are from are definitely badly written, as they don't seem to have much humor to them, and they're just absolutely token tropes for the lady-oriented visual novels. Oh boy, that sounds wonderfully bad. Shoot. So we're at the 2-hour mark, but... Okay, yeah, we're at the 2-hour mark, and I do have other things I need to be doing. Yeah, so I'm afraid I believe I am going to call the stream here. Yeah, I enjoy the simplicity of this game, as well as it's got loads of fan service for basically games I know nothing about. Basically, I'm saying these two men are very boring as people. You're probably right. But yeah, I'm glad you're able to join. I got a fresh link for our Twitter and Discord in the description, so hopefully those should work now. You can follow us on Twitter. We usually only post updates to when we're streaming to Twitter. If you want to be in contact with us, I do recommend joining Discord. I have a personal Instagram account now. It's not directly associated with the channel. If you want to follow me there, I mostly just use it to post the pictures of the trash dragon, if that interests you. Yeah, I'm not sure when, but I'll see you then. Have a good rest of your day.